Hello and welcome back. Don't forget, give me the thumbs up down there and please leave a comment. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. When all else fails, Putin wants Ukrainian ministers arrested, puts one of his critics and a Navalny ally in prison for 9 years, and has some of his henchmen sending what can best be described as bloody messages all over Europe. Moscow Lefortovo District Court Tuesday, they ordered the arrest in absentia of Ukraine's Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk, Foreign Ministry Number 2, Demin Djaparova, and issued search and arrest warrants for them, which have a 2-month expiration. The FSBs charged them with expropriating a part of the territory of the Russian Federation and other activities aimed at violating Russia's territorial integrity. Vereshchuk, Ukraine's Minister for the Reintegration of Occupied Territories, traveled to Kherson after Kyiv's forces recaptured the city in November. Djaparova is a Crimean Tatar who promotes issues related to the ethnic minority on the Crimean Peninsula that was annexed by Russia in 2014 and calls on international support for the deoccupation of Crimea and its return to Ukraine. In court on Monday, Russian prosecutors requested a 9-year prison sentence for Kremlin critic Ilya Yashin for denouncing Putin's military intervention in Ukraine. Yashin was one of the few Kremlin critics who refused to leave the country after Putin sent in troops on February 24th. Since then, he's regularly condemned the Kremlin's offensive on his YouTube channel. According to the prosecution, Yashin, a 39-year-old former Moscow city deputy, was guilty of claiming that the occupying Russian military had been responsible for the massacre of civilians in the Kiev suburb of Bucha in a discussion about the current Russian government during a YouTube stream in April. Yashin was tried under new laws that came into force in February when fighting intensified in Ukraine to penalize what the authorities deemed to be damaging or false information about the Russian military involvement. Meanwhile, in the rest of Europe, police in Spain detonated a suspicious parcel delivered to the U.S. Embassy in Madrid a day after a similar package was sent to the Ukrainian Embassy, which ignited upon being opened and injured an employee. The package sent to the Ukrainian Embassy was addressed to the country's ambassador to Spain, Serhii Pohoretslev. The employee handling it was slightly injured when it burst into flame. It's said to be similar to packages that were sent to the defense minister, a weapons manufacturer in Zaragoza, which is making grenade launchers that are being sent to the Ukrainian army, and to a satellite facility at Torrejon Air Base, which is shared between the U.S. and Spain. The Ukrainian embassy and the Zaragoza company were the first targets on November 24th. The rest of these came out on the 1st of December. The worker at the embassy suffered minor injuries because he suspected it was not kosher, so he took it outside into an empty courtyard and opened it. It burst into flames. It didn't explode as such. Nobody was hurt at the Zaragoza factory. There's speculation that the bombs are connected to Spain's strident support for Ukraine during its war with Russia. Ukraine's Foreign Minister, Dmytro Kuleba, said the incident involved packages being sent to embassies in Poland, Italy, Croatia, and the Netherlands, as well as consulates in Naples and the Czech Republic, as well as to the Ukrainian and American embassies, Air Force Base, and the factory, and all of which were in Spain. Kuleba went on to say, think about the madness when some hooligans send bombs, letters, or other offensive things. What does this have to do with Wagner PMC? I believe what he's trying to say is that he believes Wagner was involved in it, and we'll go on here. I'll let you decide. Russian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova called Kuleba a psycho, and Russian oligarch Yevgeny Prigozhin, who owns the Wagner Group, wrote on Telegram that his organization would, quote, never engage in boorish, stupid antics. I know they always told me that the harder someone denied that they were involved in something, the more likely they were involved in it. I believe the Ukrainians are going to eventually win. The Russians aren't taking care of their soldiers. They just don't care. Or at least Putin. I shouldn't say the Russian. Putin's government doesn't care. They said he's a communist. You don't get to be KGB without being a communist. And the Soviet government never really worried very much about how it treated its troops or its people. So a lot of this is to be be expected from a government that has that kind of concerns about its soldiers and its citizens. And one can't forget that the Soviet government has a history all the way back to the time of Stalin, with sending assassins outside of the country to take care of people that they feel are either dissidents or a danger to the Russian or Soviet state. Let's not forget that Stalin went so far as to send assassins to Mexico City to kill Leon Trotsky. That was just the most high-profile case. There have been probably dozens or hundreds more, and that's just at a guess. Well, I'm not going to start ranting. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Remember, like, subscribe, visit our Patreon, and y'all have a good day, and stay safe. Bye.